designing your websites, styling your HTML to get decent web pages. That's where CSS comes to action. What is CSS? CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. According to Wikipedia, CSS is a style sheet language used for describing the presentation of a document written in a markup language, which is HTML. In this video, we will slightly look at the basics of CSS, which includes selectors, classes, properties, and also how to link CSS files to HTML. Without much ado, let's get started. First and foremost, what are selectors? Selectors are attributes used to find or select the HTML elements you want to style. There are basically two types of selectors, which are the class and the ID selector. The class selector can be used for multiple tags and it is represented by the dot sign in CSS, while the ID can only be used for one tag and can be selected by using the hash sign. And also note that tag can be selected by using the tag name. Let's take an example. We have our HTML file with an h1 tag with the text CSS. And in our CSS file, we selected the tag by its name using h1, which in this case is the selector. So we selected it by the tag name, then an opening and a closing squiggly bracket. Inside the squiggly bracket, we have the text, font color, then a colon, then yellow, then a semicolon. The font color aspect is called the property, while the yellow is the value, and the semicolon serves as a full stop to that line of code. How to link an HTML file to a CSS file. Firstly, you have to create your CSS file. If you followed up in my HTML series, you should have known this by now. HTML files are usually saved as .html, while CSS files are saved by using .css. So you have to create an index.html file, then you also create a style.css file, and it is recommended to save both files in the same folder. After creating both files, load your basic HTML template. In this template, under the meta tag, create a link tag with the following information in it. The rel attribute stands for relation. It is basically used to specify the file type, and in this case, it is a style sheet. But the href is used to select the file by specifying its name, and in this case, we saved our file as style.css. That's why our href has the input of style.css. This is where we will round up this video. I hope you had a glance on what CSS is all about. I hope you really enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Hope to see you in the next video where we would actually start coding with CSS.